Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow. Just pause there. The ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. So, Leroy Sane, another update in the Sané saga. This time it's a good one. It's not about what Bayern is looking for. It's not coming from Bayern. In fact, it's coming from Sané. It's from Sané's perspective. Apparently, according to The Athletic, Sam Lee and Hollichstein, who broke the story about, they didn't really break it by themselves. Christian Falk helped, but they all came out with the story that we agreed a deal in principle with Leroy Sané. And now they've come out with different news saying that Sané would like to join Bayern as soon as possible. Thank you, Leroy, because now Bayern's board and their fat freaking stingy, the save money ways aren't going to succeed this time. We need Sané now. So, according to The Athletic, Sané wants to join Bayern as soon as possible, and an agreement is already in place with the player. Sané has been shopping for houses in Munich. Wow, incredible. A transfer next year, a free transfer next year, could be an option if it allows Bayern to spend the money on Kai Havertz, although you get the feeling that Man City wants to put this to an end. So you're telling me that Man City want to just put this to an end. They want to stop this Sané saga before it keeps going forward. Pep Guardiola came out a few days ago and said Sané is joining Bayern. I think that was yesterday. That is a direct indication, obviously, that the player is going to leave. But Pep also said in that there could be a transfer scenario where Sané fulfills his contract and then ends up joining City or joining Bayern, leaving City next year. Now, did Bayern not watch us today? Seeing Saprit Singh and Cousins doesn't necessarily remind me that we don't have wingers. It literally reminds me that we don't have any wingers. Coman came on and hit the post as normal. Funny enough, Bayern have hit the post more than any other team in the Bundesliga this season, so that's kind of funny. And I think Coutinho is responsible for each and every one of those. But are the sources reliable? Yes. Sam Lee from The Athletic, they also said that Sané, they were the ones that pretty much confirmed that Sané had agreed to deal with Bayern, and Sané is apparently looking for houses in Munich, which is an amazing story to think about. And he's also looking for houses where other Bayern players live. So, now this is just perfect, because this could either mean that Bayern are stupid enough to let him stay. Look, we were talking about this, and I think everyone knows this. Sané is a human being. Imagine your future employers keep stalling on you. They keep waiting. They keep trying to get you on a cheap. If we buy Sané now, it shows Sané that, hey, they appreciate me to the point where even though my contract expires next year, they're willing to pay the money for me. They appreciate me. And a player needs to feel appreciated. If Bayern isn't showing Sané the emotional kind of connection and actually paying the money for him and trying to appreciate him, then I don't understand. Why would Bayern be waiting so long to get Leroy Sané? Why would Bayern be so content waiting an extra year? Us fans have been waiting 2 years if that's the case. Last year, I was talking about the Sané thing every single day. A lot of City fans came and hated on the videos. But as it came and as the transfers started developing more and we got closer and closer, he got the injury. Look, Bayern were willing to spend 140 million, including Sané's wages, for the 5-year contract. That would have probably added up to 140 to 150 million euros for the next 5 years. If Bayern were willing to pay the transfer fee and also spend the money on Sané's wages, that tells me that the club had the money last summer, had the money. What happened to that money? We didn't buy anyone. We didn't buy Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. We didn't buy Robert Lewandowski's daughter. No, we didn't buy anyone with Sané's money from last summer. Because if we wanted Sané last summer, we were going to get him. But he got the injury. If Sané never got the injury, he would be a Bayern player right now. But he got the injury. 9 months later, we're here now with a pandemic that's happened and destroyed the entire world's economy. So, I'm a City fan, don't hate on you. We're here with this pandemic, and we have a player that we wanted last year who's now 10 times cheaper than what we thought. He's now 1/5 of the price he should be, because realistically, it says Sané's worth right there somewhere. It says he's 90 million. You buy Sané, you're buying a player that's worth 90 million, which means if you spend anything less than 90 million, you can always make that money anytime you want. Because if you sell Sané, you're not selling him for the 40 million you spend or the 50 million you spend. You're selling him for at least 90 million. That's my logic with this. Arsenal, they really lost to Brighton. Oh my God. What's happening to this? What's happening to them? They're doing an Arsenal. Arsenal are becoming the German or the English Dortmund. Now, like I said, if Bayern had the money last summer, it means that we were in a financial position to spend at least 110 million on Sané's wages or on Sané's transfer fee, and also spend an extra 30 million for the 5 years he'd be here, or 50 million, whatever it is, because he was supposed to be making about 14 million a year. If you multiply that by the 5 years he's here, he's making at least 50 million. So if that's what we put into our heads, that means that Bayern put that money somewhere. Where is the money that we were supposed to spend on Sané last year? Now, if you actually look at it, let's say we spent 110 million on Sané's fees for City, and maybe did add-ons, and it added up to that 110 million mark. Where is that money? If you spend 40 million on Sané, you still have 60 million at least to spare if you were technically using the money that you saved up from wanting to buy Sané last year. You know what I mean? So technically, Bayern have money. We had the money. Now, we came into this window before the pandemic, before March, before every single thing was cancelled, before there was fans behind closed doors. We came into this window with the conception in our heads that Bayern had 200 plus million, 200 to 300 million to spend. Now, if you factor that in there, you have to understand that Bayern wanted Kai Havertz, Bayern wanted Upamecano, Bayern probably wanted Hakimi, Bayern wanted to splash the money to rebuild. This was before we became this good. This was maybe the summer or the winter time where we weren't top. We weren't doing what Hansi Flick is doing. I don't think Bayern wanted to really extend Hansi Flick's contract because he hadn't really had enough time. And then you fast forward to now. 3 months, we hadn't had the game of football. 2 months actually. 2 months, May came, and then we had football. May 20th, I remember. But, from March, you didn't have anything. March, April, May, right? You didn't have football for 2 months. That means that, obviously the economy goes down, but the money you were going to spend on Sané last year doesn't go down. Because if you still wanted Sané, you would still have that money in case. So, this is why I believe Bayern have money. I think if we wanted to spend money and splash it last summer, we were going to. We bought Lucas Hernandez and Pavard for a combined fee of 130 million, and if we were going to spend another 100 million around that for Sané, you would have spent 200 and something million in one window for 3 players. Now, that's fun. This is dollars, by the way. I don't do euros. I don't even know how to convert euros, but it's around the same, I'm guessing, with euros and dollars. But you have this money, so then I'm not confused. I don't think Bayern's situation is money. But obviously, it's always going to be with Bayern. We're always going to try to save money. Should we get rid of Lucas Hernandez or no? I would. No, it sounds like a stupid idea, but I would. Look, in Alaba and Davies, you have 2 competent left backs. The best left back in the world, Alphonso Davies, and the second best left back in the world, David Alaba. And in Alaba, you have the best left center back in the world. Alaba's out because of ankle problems, which look, we didn't have Alaba and Davies today. We still won, which tells you a lot about Hansi Flick. Not necessarily about the players he picked, because Javi Martinez isn't better than Alaba. Take Thiago Silva for Hana. Thiago Silva's 36 years old. Why? Why? We're trying to get rid of Boateng because he's 31. We aren't bringing in 31-year-old Boateng, take him out of the team, and then bringing in 36-year-old Thiago Silva. It just does not make any sense. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I wonder what's going to happen when Süle gets fit. Look, Boateng isn't going to play over Süle for much longer. If Süle plays one game, he's going to prove himself better than Boateng. His pace is exceptionally good for Hansi Flick's system. He's going to fit right in, and automatically will look a better team defensively and offensively with Niklas Süle in there. The only thing Süle needs to improve is obviously the intellectual side of the game. He can read the game well as a center back, but I'd like him to be better on the ball. He showed against Liverpool that he was very limited playing out of the back. So that's something we needed to see. And beginning of the season, we were starting to see Niklas Süle start to really develop and mold into the center back that we've been wanting. And that's exceptional. I think we should wait on that more. But look, this is the thing with Bayern, right? We're constantly waiting for transfer stories to develop. If you think about it, Sané still has a whole 9-8 games left for Man City, including the Champions League if we don't buy him by then, or if he doesn't pull himself out of the City squad. So Sané still has a lot of games to go for Man City. Why would Bayern try to buy him now? Why would we immediately try to sign him right off the bat? Why? Why not just wait till he's actually proving himself week in, week out? That's something that needs to happen with Sané. And I would like it. I would like that. If that's our board's thinking, then yes. But if our board is trying to save money on Sané, then I'm not in for that. I'm genuinely not in for that. I think we shouldn't be trying to save money on a player like Sané. We should actually just spend the money, 50 million, whatever it is. When you spend the damn money, you won't think about it in 5 years' time. You'll be thinking about how Sané won 3 Champions League trophies here. And that's what's going to make it better. So, look, I mean, with Hansi Flick, he also wants Sané, so this is something that definitely needs to be fixed. Thiago Silva's too old, yes. ESPN panel saying that Bayern will lose in Champions League against PSG. Well, look, that's the thing. When you see PSG play, people love to talk about the Bundesliga isn't competitive. The Bundesliga isn't competitive. Well, look, what team in Ligue 1 is like Dortmund, Leipzig, and Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen, even Schalke to a certain extent? Frankfurt beat us 5-1. How many teams in Ligue 1 do PSG actually genuinely get thumped by? We get slapped up at least 3-4 times, even 5 times a season. We draw games. The thing is with Bayern, we don't win every single. People think we win every single game. We don't. We don't go invincible. I don't think Bayern's ever been invincible in a Bundesliga season. We draw games. We lose games. We've never gone invincible. Yeah, we have never gone invincible. Bayern have never not lost a Bundesliga game in a whole season. But with PSG, it's like PSG, they don't have any sort of competition whatsoever. Bayern's competition is title-wise. No challengers for the title, genuinely. But in the league, competitively, it's way more competitive than Ligue 1. Ligue 1's crap. They have no team that's close to PSG's level. They have no team that can actually genuinely beat PSG. PSG sometimes have to literally take their foot off the pedal to have a little bit of competitiveness. And that's just not it. So Frankfurt destroyed us. They got our manager sacked. Tuchel is still at PSG winning Ligue 1s. Still can't do it in the Champions League. If PSG haven't been able to do it in the Champions League for the last 6 years, what makes you think they're going to do it now, even with Neymar and Mbappe? PSG had to concede 2-1 to Dortmund just to go win, and they scrapped the crap out of that. Don't compare the Bundesliga to Ligue 1. How many teams beat PSG? And if they do, it's never down to the fact that PSG have dropped off or crap. PSG sometimes I feel like are trying to lose games. I don't know. Don't freaking compare these leagues. For real, Monaco was a monster and they sold everybody. Stupid club. I mean, yeah, Monaco was the last team to even rival PSG with their talents. And Bayern, we're losing like 5 games a season guaranteed next year. That's how it happens. And we'll win like 23, 25. And then we'll draw a bunch. That's what happens. Okay? The only difference is Dortmund lose more than us. And they draw more than us. While we win the games we should be winning. We lose games. We don't win every single game. We don't win to Mönchengladbach every single year. We don't win to Leipzig. I didn't even mention Leipzig in that. Do PSG have a Leipzig type team that's, Ligue 1 don't even have 2 teams that can actually get to the Champions League semi-finals. And I'm glad Schalke have dropped off because they're crap. But I mean, looking at it, right, like people are convinced PSG can do it against Bayern. PSG can't do it because they don't have the competitive teams in the league. The Bundesliga's thing is they don't have competitive title challengers. Dortmund's too inconsistent to be a title challenger. Leipzig is too immature to be a title challenger. Bayern is everything in the mix, and that's why we have the 2 titles we have this year. We were 7 points behind this season, and then somehow Hansi Flick got us to first and winning 10 points clear. And then we were last season 9 points behind Dortmund by February, and Dortmund somehow managed to bottle it. We've won 2 titles this because the other teams have bottled it. So PSG are nowhere near Bayern's level. I mean, yeah, Manchester United did beat PSG, but this isn't about PSG. This is about Leroy Sané. PSG's defense is very shaky, but Neymar and Mbappe is scary. I mean, yes, they have the players, but the thing is with PSG, they don't have the level. Bayern can switch gears. That's what we're so good at under Hansi Flick. We've never had this gear dynamism since what's his name? Jupp Heynckes left. We've never had this where we'd go from 0 to 100 real quick. We beat Barcelona 7-0. We beaten Chelsea 3-0. PSG can't do it like us. We have just mentality to do it. PSG falter under pressure. They get one little they lose so easily. Man United just trashed them out for somehow they did it. You can't believe United did it, but they did. Let's get to 20 likes on the video. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I can't wait to hit it. But look, as the stories and the Sané things have developed, I think each and every one of us knows, yeah, Sané's joining Bayern. It's just a matter of when. I think it's just too bad now that Bayern's board is waiting, but you also have to understand it. Look, I try to be as objective as I can be. I'm not going to sit here and be sad because Bayern aren't signing a player. Oh my God, we're not signing Sané. Oh my God, 2 months before the window even opens. It's not happening, right? We just have to be patient as Bayern fans. We can't allow this thing to be going crazy. So, look, Bayern Munich have a fantastic team already, but we need improvements. We need Kai Havertz. We need Leroy Sane. And I think there will be a genuine thing where we include each and every single player that wants to join us. I can't wait. I can't wait for us to get to Kai Havertz. Look, you keep saying Bayern's board are cheapskates. Bayern were willing to spend 120, 110 on Sané's transfer fee last summer. We were willing to buy Sané. We were already negotiating with City. That's what every report said. We were negotiating with City, but the transfer got pulled off because Sané got an injury for a long freaking time. Bayern's board are not cheap stakes. They're smart stakes. Look at what Bayern have done in the last 3 years in terms of business. Davies, 15 million after you add on all his add-ons. Kimmich came for not 3 years, but Kimmich came. Goretzka for free. You have ballers here that are coming in. Thiago only costs us about 35 million or something like that. You don't have this, we don't spend the 100 million. Real Madrid, where is Luka Jovic, who they paid 70 million for? He's not good. We can't just pay this money for these players, but we have to do it for the right players. I agree. We do have to be uncheap. There's a word, uncheap, not cheap. We have to be uncheap sometimes for the right players. But you can't expect that to be every player. You can't expect us to break the bank for a player that... Why would we break the bank for a player like Mbappe? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would we break the bank for anyone? We already know Jovic isn't good. Right, Eden Hazard, they paid 100 million for him last summer at Real Madrid. He's gotten injured. He's been injured and he's 29 right now. Hazard's crap right now. He hasn't shown it at Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr., 70 million too. Rodrigo, 65 million. Real Madrid spent actual money on these youngsters. You can't just spend money. You have to be smart with it. And I like that about Bayern. We're not just gonna spend 100 million on no one. The only signing that I thought was weird was Lucas Hernandez. Our big money signings, Hernandez and Tolisso, are bench warmers. That is true. I mean, you're not wrong, Naraj. You're not wrong, my guy. Our biggest signings, Tolisso and Javi Martinez, who we broke the bank for in Bayern's way. Vinicius and Rodrigo cost Real Madrid 60 million or something like that. He didn't cost them that cheap price. What are you talking about, Tyrone? The cheap ones ended up being the best ones. I mean, yeah. But obviously, I get it. You don't have to be cheap, but you also have to be extremely careful in terms of transfers. So I think you have to have a certain level of just understanding where you don't want to break the bank. Yeah, I would break the bank for Pogba too if I wanted to, but you can't. You don't need to. Why would you want to break the bank for Pogba when you have Thiago, Kimmich, Goretzka? You have all these ballers. Real Madrid paid 50 million for Rodrigo, and I'm trying to be right here. I love being right. Vinicius Jr. I'm trying to find out how much they paid for Vinicius Jr. So they paid 50 million for Vinicius Jr. too. 100 million on Vinicius Jr., 100 million on Rodrigo. Real Madrid paid a combined 100 million for Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. What have they done? What have they done? He's an absolute baller, Pogba. I do agree with that. Let's wait on this. Let's wait. I mean, with this Havertz story, a lot of Chelsea fans are convinced he's joining Chelsea. A lot of Bayern fans are convinced he's joining Bayern. But no one's convinced of anything. You don't have any evidence that Kai Havertz wants to join this club. You don't have any evidence that this player wants to join this club. But what I like about Sané, by the way, let me just refresh anyone that's joining. Basically, what Havertz has come out, well, not Havertz, Leroy Sane, what Sané is coming out, or it's coming out from The Athletic and all these sources, is that Sané wants to move away from Man City this summer. He wants it as soon as possible, and he wants to join Bayern. And he's already shopping for houses in Bayern, Bavaria, in where Bayern's players live, closer to the training ground apparently. So Sané is definitely already integrating his life into Munich. And I think if we get Leroy Sané, we buy him, pay the money, that's a statement signing. Sané is a statement signing. Sané is a world-class winger. A lot of City fans are trying to make it as if he wasn't important for them. He won him a Premier League last season. Without Sané, guess what? The Spurs game, City lost. Sané wasn't playing, and City lost. This season, Sané's been injured, and City are losing. They try to make it about City's defense, but Sané won the Man City that Premier League last season. He scored some very crucial goals, and people keep thinking it was only against Liverpool. I remember he scored goals in matches where City weren't winning, and he came on and scored. Schalke in the Champions League, he came on and scored. City won. Man City need Leroy Sané, and they're going to miss him. They're just trying to make it as if, it's not that big of a deal. We can live without Sané. You can't live without Leroy Sané. He literally owns your club. And I think, right, we're looking at this. We have to be patient, though. We do have to be patient. I dream of Pogba being at Bayern Munich. Pogba wants to leave, swap Tolisso for Pogba. I mean, if Bayern went in for Pogba, he'd want to come. That's just a fact. He'd love to be part of this project. But we don't do business with Mino Raiola. Pogba's attitude. What is his attitude? Pogba's literally the most professional player. He literally played injured under Mourinho versus Juventus. That's what professionalism really is. But like I was saying, man, we have to be very persistent. Bayern has to be persistent. We can't allow inconsistency in persistency. We have to be persistent in the transfer market. What we've been doing well is getting cheap players, but we've also done some statement signings. Manuel Neuer in 2009, 2010 was a statement signing. If you think about it, Neuer cost us 35 million, which at the time was a lot of money for a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers didn't typically go for that. We've done statement signings. Ian Robin was a statement signing. Well, not that type of statement. You got to make these statement signings right now. Real Madrid have done these players. They got Cristiano Ronaldo. That was their statement signing, and he won 4 Champions Leagues with them in 1 decade. You have to be very careful. You have to be making these statement signings. Ishmael, the star attitude of Pogba I don't know what attitude you're talking about with Pogba. Like, do you just listen to the media? It's the British media. They talk about Pogba like he's freaking out here killing people. Pogba's at his brother's wedding, dancing. They're talking about how he's injured. They're trying to say Pogba faked his injury, which is crazy. Robin wasn't good before joining us. He was good. Robin was balling. He just got a lot of injuries, and we gave him the opportunity, and he proved himself right. Renato Sanchez was a statement signing. I mean, yeah, you look at Renato getting injured and going away. That's the thing, right? You can't blame Renato Sanchez. Sanchez came into a team that he thought was world class, and he wasn't used. We bought Sanchez for, how much did we buy him for? 40 million, right? We bought Renato Sanchez for 40 million. Don't forget that. And we brought him in, decided to loan him out. anytime Sanchez played for us, I was always like, this guy's a baller. He can ball. But we never gave him a run of games because our midfield was too good or Thiago was playing too well. We never gave him a run of games. We never used him well. And the managers he had were crap. The guy went from Ancelotti back to, I mean, crazy enough, Jupp Heynckes came back and everyone was playing well. Even James. He made everyone play well. I do watch 442 Sket Sket Bang Bang. Skeet Skeet, that's what you probably said. Unpopular opinion, when Pogba wants, he's better than De Bruyne and the best player. Pogba for me is a top 5, player in the world in terms of just talent. You see how he came on against Spurs and Man United all of a sudden looked like they were going to win, but before that they didn't even do anything. That's what Pogba does. If you want a Lionel Messi type player in the midfield, you get a Pogba and a Thiago. FIFA Raw, thank you so much. Almost fam. Okay. James was a baller. He was, and he was only a baller because of Jupp Heynckes. Heynckes came back and made James score 2 goals in the Champions League versus Real Madrid. We lost, but it doesn't matter. You want to win 3 UCL in a row, Pogba has to be there. Well, Pogba hasn't won 3 UCLs in a row anywhere, so I don't understand how that logic comes about. But leave a like on the video. Let's get to 30 likes as this is a beautiful Saturday. I woke up and I ate breakfast after I did the match reaction, and I'm here now. I will always be here with you talking about FC Bayern news. I mean, look, the next 2 months are going to be crazy, especially with no Bayern every week. That means we have to continue to do transfer videos, and hopefully there's good ones. Hopefully there's stories developing. Obviously, hopefully Sané is signed before Man City return to the Champions League. I mean, if 2020 was a club, that club would be Arsenal, by the way, just saying. Sané's song Sané, 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 Sané. No, that's amazing. I'll sing it when he joins. Pogba, Lewandowski, that's a winning 3 already. Pogba isn't an attacking midfielder, so I don't know how you came about with the 3. To be honest, Kai's a kid and Pogba would teach him. What the hell, man? Look, Pogba's a baller, but you have to stop saying these things. Pogba and Havertz don't even play in the same position. Pogba is Pogba is a box-to-box midfielder. He's not that type of player, so I really don't get how you came about with that conclusion. Pogba is a midfielder. Is Pogba going to be in our midfield too? No, he does not fit into our team. He wouldn't get into our team. So relax with the whole Pogba thing. It just doesn't... What is that? Why am I listening to this? Relax. Just calm down, man. We get it. You like Pogba, but you can't just like Pogba and forget logic. Tommy almost at 1,000 subscribers. Keep going. I will keep on. There is no stopping right now. We can't stop this. This is too amazing. So yeah, I mean, look, the game today was amazing. I really did like that. We won't sell Pogba for less than 100. Yeah, that's a United fan saying that. Why are we even talking about Pogba right now? Let's talk about Sané. Look, let me get a 1 in the chat if Bayern should sign Sané for free. Type 1 in the chat if Bayern should sign Sané for free. This is the only time you get to spam. Sané wouldn't fit the Bayern team. Thoughts? That's the stupidest comment I've ever heard. What do you mean you wouldn't fit? He would walk right into our winger position. Is Gnabry playing better than Sané? No, absolutely not. He fits into our team. What are you talking about, man? He fits into our team right in there. You want to watch more Kingsley Coman? I mean, everyone's saying no, waiting, no free transfer, need him now. I mean, look, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Because I want to see if we're on the same page here. Because there's some people that might think, oh, getting him for free is nice. I mean, look. Do our board watch Bayern? I asked that question and people thought I was being serious. I was being sarcastic because they act like they make decisions as if they don't watch us. Kai should be priority. Wow, you think Kai Havertz should be the priority? Or someone thinks that. Wow. Well, look, I don't think it should be one or the other. It should be one and the other. We need Havertz and Sané. We don't need Havertz or Sané. We're in for both. I think both of them fit our squad in very different ways. Havertz fits our squad in our attacking midfielder position after a season or 2 or season and a half, whatever it is. And before that, he'll be playing as a winger. And we need wingers. Hansi Flick said it himself. We need width with pace, and that's Sané. And he also mentioned the right back. I would love to see a Sergino Dest come into that position, or even be a backup just for Pavard. Because if Pavard gets injured, which he can, he's a normal human being. Who do we have? Who do we have at right back? Odriozola? You want Odriozola to be our right back? No, I don't. Kai is the biggest talent I've seen since Mbappe. That's exactly what it is. Kai Havertz. If I buy Kai, I would loan him 1 year and get that X factor. Well, Kai Havertz is scoring and assisting every single weekend for Leverkusen. He's guaranteeing you a goal or an assist every game. Or he's guaranteeing you both, a goal and an assist every game at this point, because he got a goal and assist last game and the game before. That's what Havertz brings to the team. I think he would definitely fit us, Havertz, and I would be interested in getting Havertz and loaning him out for a season at Leverkusen. That would make so much sense. Imagine you do that. Leverkusen would be pleased to have a player that they've had for a long time stay in their team for an extra season, and we'd love Sané. Gnabry equals Sané. You're out of your mind, Tiloj. There's no way that's the case, because Gnabry and Sané are not on the same level. Leroy Sane is a level above all our wingers. Serge Gnabry has just shown me once again that he'll always keep getting these knocks, injuries for no reason. No one's calling for him to do it, but he'll keep doing it. So you can't say Gnabry's better than Sané. Sané is a level above. Gnabry's sauce is gone. I don't think it's gone. I think it's just not present at the moment. I mean, City fans are definitely sad about this. People need to stop slating Gnabry about his form when the big games come. I mean, yeah, that's the thing with Gnabry. He'll always only show up in big games. That's all he does, is being consistent for half a season. You know what though? I have to admit, last season he was more consistent with Kovac, which is weird. Since Flick came in, only January to March I would say Gnabry was actually performing week in, week out. But before that, he was not. He was, getting in one performance, one game, 4 goals in one game. Stat padding against big teams. That's what he does. Stat pad against big teams. The best kind of stat padder. We'll see in the DFB Pokal final. What do you mean we'll see? We'll see who? Because Gnabry ain't playing in there. I don't know. Please don't. Oh, Arsenal. Look, here's exactly what happened with this Arsenal game, right? I was watching it while watching Bayern and also Freiburg. So I had this on the monitor right here. I was like, oh, it's the 88th minute. Arsenal probably win or draw, and there isn't going to be as much fun on AFTV. And then I go on Twitter and it's 2-1. It says it on the bar, 2-1. And I'm like, when did that happen? Arsenal can't stop losing, man. It's just so funny. Brighton. I've never heard of Brighton until today. Gnabry would step up his game if Sané comes. And that's true. Our players would improve. Coman would have to. Imagine Coman. You're feeling like, damn, I'm seeing a baller next to me. Coman, yes, he had Ian Robin and Frank Ribery. But when he gets someone like Sané, similar age to him, balling, he'll be like, damn, I should move like him. Sané would bring a different type of finesse to our team, and that's what I need. By the way, leave a like on the video if you haven't already. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, make sure you share the videos. Push for that 1,000 subscribers by the end of the day, man. I would really appreciate it. Look, this community is growing, man. I can't believe it. This community is growing. I mean, 2 months ago, we were celebrating 100 subscribers. 2 months ago, I was saying thank you for 100 subscribers. I remember this. We could barely get past 100, because what would happen is you'd be at 99 and then 98, and then it'd be like so close, and then a few hours later, I don't know, it's all over the place. The channel is constantly growing, and I do appreciate each and every single one of y'all, and I thank y'all for putting this effort in, and I'm from the south, putting this effort in and making this channel amazing. I love this. Nah, dude. Channel is growing fast because of your hard work and consistent uploads. Well, if you think this is hard work, we aren't done. I would say I'm not done. This isn't the best. Anyone saw the Troops interview? I will definitely be watching AFTV today. But, when Bayern will lose, a lot of you will get a lot of stick on this channel. So make sure you're ready for that. People will be coming at us. They will be here waiting for the reactions, waiting for the fan cams. When imagine 3 years, 5 years down the line, this channel is at 1 billion subscribers. Oh, geez, people will care. Nah, but We should steal Martinelli from Arsenal next summer and sell him to Tottenham to take, and then sell him to Tottenham to take. Wow, Bayern could do that. I mean, apparently Bayern are also interested in a young PSG signing a player, Adil Adiochita. Why does he have such an African name, but he's white? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. But a young man from PSG, looks like he's decent, 17 years old. Bayern are rating PSG. They're rating PSG. I mean, he's only ever made one Ligue 1 appearance, and that's not good enough, is it? But apparently, he's also out of contract. What is it with PSG and letting their youngsters be out of contract? I think Coman was the same, wasn't he? Coman to Juventus, another youngster from PSG who didn't get his contract renewed. Yes, PSG sent Coman to Juventus for a free transfer. What are PSG doing with their transfers? I don't know. Why does Bayern have so many haters? Bayern doesn't have many haters. Bayern just has people that hate us. I mean, they're jealous and they respect us, which comes out as hate. And Bayern is one of the biggest clubs in the world on a fan base. There's 27 million Bayern fans in the United States of America alone, which is an amazing feat considering this country is mostly a non-soccer country. It's a football country, American football. So that's definitely a big boost right there. PSG also lost Diaby. Exactly. Diaby, Rabiot. PSG love losing youngsters and then complaining. Look, I mean, if we get this Adil guy, who's an attacking midfielder from PSG, we'll talk more about him if it looks tangible that it happens. We'll talk more about it when it's done. I don't care about these free transfers as much. I'm more interested in the Sanés, and we'll always do these, free transfers. Bayern will. But, it is what it is. Someone was telling me before, 2 weeks ago or something, that Saprit Singh could be our attacking midfielder instead of Kai Havertz. And did you watch things today? We need Kai Havertz. PSG lost in Nkunku also. Exactly. PSG love losing players that they should keep. I think it's because they want to keep their reputation as a reputable club in Europe instead of just building a team full of passionate players. Nkunku was a PSG talent from the PSG Youth Academy, and they let him go to Leipzig for such a cheap price of 14 million, which is crazy to me because Nkunku's done so well at Leipzig. They don't lose them, they let them go. I think that's what you mean. Even Guardiola can't save Arsenal. Yep, Guardiola's B-Tech version. Hansi Flick said Odriozola will start against Wolfsburg. Good for Odriozola, starting in a useless game, and it should be good for him. He should definitely get some minutes. But what is Odriozola here to do? What did we loan him for? Because he hasn't played a game. Even the useless games where I was like, we can put Pavard in there. He has not played or featured, so it's very, it's good for him to get minutes, but we'll see. We'll see with Odriozola. What did I miss? So, for anyone joining late, we're about to end the stream anyways. This is just a summary. Sané, apparently, according to The Athletic, and also Sam Lee, who works with The Athletic, they basically want to say, they basically said that Sané is shopping for houses in Germany or in Munich, where Bayern players are predominantly living, and also Sané wants to move this summer, which indicates to me that Sané wants to move now. And we were talking about it. If you're Sané, you want to move now. Who will Sané bench? Well, he's benching whoever he wants because he's better than all our wingers on his day. Like, Sané is consistent. That's the thing with Sané. He'll definitely be a consistent winger. And that's the thing. We need someone who can do it week in, week out. And that's what I need. If Bayern scores less than 5 goals against Wolfsburg, it'll be a loss in my eyes. You're right. We can definitely lose winning 2-0. That would be a loss to you, apparently. But it is what it is. AFTV are looking mad and angry and frustrated. Look, if Bayern lose the Champions League, oh God, they're going to come at us. Oh no. Hopefully no one knows about this channel outside of all of you to come at. Oh no, what am I going to react like if we concede a goal in the last minute to lose the Champions League? Oh no, we don't want this. Thank you everyone so much for watching this. I would definitely be on the lookout for AFTV. Your favorite Bayern match? My favorite Bayern Munich match was Damn, I always talk about the worst one because that would have been Frankfurt this season because I hate Frankfurt. 5-1, beating us, packing us with goals. They packed us more than freaking luggage. It was annoying. So, I don't know. I don't know what my... I do know what it is. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. But thank you everyone so much for watching this. I'll answer that question. Favorite Bayern match in the Champions League final when we win it. Because I've never watched Bayern in the Champions League. I've never watched us in any final. That is so sad. I've never witnessed my team win the Champions League. Damn. I mean, think about it. I started like watching Bayern week in, week out in 2018 after the World Cup because I just decided to have a sudden interest all of a sudden. Because I just decided to have all this care every single weekend. I would just care about results. But until 2018, I cared. Think about it. We haven't been good. Oh God, we haven't been good since I started watching every single game in 2018. Oh my God. I chose, if you were to call me a plastic, I did choose the worst years to be a plastic. Like, because I could have chose, 2013. How old was I? I was like 10, I think. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm 17. I'm 17 now, so I was 10 years old. I didn't even know what Champions League was. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san mia, and peace.